The wedding photo looked perfect. Two childhood best friends. Finally married. Finally together. But if you look closely at Rachel's eyes in that picture, you'll see something most people missed. Fear. Because 3 weeks after the ceremony, she found a locked drawer in his desk. And inside that drawer was a file with her name on it. Dated 12 years ago. Before they ever reconnected. Before he ever proposed. Before she ever thought he still remembered her. Rachel Chun met Daniel Hargrave when she was 7 years old. He was the quiet kid who sat alone at lunch. The one nobody talked to. The one teachers forgot to call on. But Rachel saw him. And for reasons she couldn't explain, she sat down next to him one day and said, "You want half my sandwich?" He nodded. And that was it. For the next 8 years, they were inseparable. Daniel and Rachel. Rachel and Daniel. They walked to school together. Did homework on her porch. Spent summers building forts in the woods behind her house. He was shy. She was outgoing. He was cautious. She was reckless. They balanced each other. And everyone, parents, teachers, friends, assumed they'd end up together someday. But life had other plans. When Rachel turned 16, her father got transferred. Her family moved to another state. She and Daniel promised to stay in touch. They didn't. At first, they texted every day, then every week, then nothing. Life moved on. Rachel went to college, dated a few guys, built a career in marketing. Daniel became a memory, a sweet, bittersweet memory of a childhood friendship that quietly faded. Until 12 years later, when he found her on social media. The message was simple. "Hey Rach, it's Daniel. Remember me?" She stared at the screen for a full minute before replying. Of course she remembered. They started talking again, tentatively at first, then constantly. He told her he'd been thinking about her for years, that he never forgot her, that losing touch was one of his biggest regrets. Rachel felt something stir inside her. Not just nostalgia, something deeper. They met for coffee 2 weeks later. And the moment she saw him, everything clicked. He wasn't the shy, awkward kid anymore. He was confident, well-dressed, successful. He ran his own tech consulting firm. He traveled. He seemed put together. But his smile was the same. Soft, genuine, the kind that made her feel safe. They talked for 4 hours that day. And when he walked her to her car, he said something that made her heart stop. "I never stopped thinking about you, Rachel. Not once." 6 months later, he proposed. She said yes without hesitation. Because this wasn't just some guy. This was Daniel. Her Daniel. The boy who shared his lunch with her. The boy who knew her better than anyone. Except, did he? The wedding was beautiful. Small ceremony. Close friends and family. Rachel's mother cried. Daniel's father gave a toast about how proud he was. Everything felt right. For 3 weeks. Then Rachel noticed something. Daniel had a home office. A sleek, modern space with floor-to-ceiling bookshelves and a massive oak desk. He worked from home most days, but he always locked the office when he left. Always. At first, she thought nothing of it. People need privacy. But one morning, she went to grab a charger and noticed the office door slightly open. Daniel was in the shower. She stepped inside. The desk had 3 drawers. 2 were unlocked. Papers. Contracts. Receipts. Normal stuff. The 3rd drawer had a small silver lock. And something about it made her heart race. She tried the handle. Locked. She stood there for a moment, staring at it. Then she heard the shower turn off. She left quickly, but the drawer stayed in her mind. All day. All week. What was inside? Why lock it? And why did her gut tell her she needed to know? 2 days later, Daniel left for a business trip. Rachel told herself she wouldn't do it. She told herself it was an invasion of privacy. But the moment his car pulled out of the driveway, she went straight to the office. She tried everything. Paper clips, bobby pins, a small screwdriver. Nothing worked. Then she remembered something. Daniel kept a keyring in the kitchen junk drawer. Old keys. Random ones from past apartments and storage units. She grabbed it and tried every single key. 11 keys. The 12th one clicked. The drawer opened. And inside, a thick manila folder. Her hands shook as she pulled it out. The label read, Rachel Chun, ongoing. Her breath caught. She opened it. The first page was a printed Facebook post. From 8 years ago. A photo of her at a college party. She barely remembered posting it. But someone had printed it. Saved it. Studied it. The next page was a screenshot of her LinkedIn profile. Then another. Her Instagram. Her Twitter. Her old blog she'd forgotten existed. Page after page. Photos. Posts. Comments. locations, everything, for 12 years. And at the bottom of the folder, a handwritten note, in Daniel's handwriting. She doesn't know I've been watching. She never will. But I've waited long enough. It's time. Rachel's vision blurred. Her stomach turned. She dropped the folder. And that's when she heard it. The front door. Opening. Daniel was home early. Rachel's heart slammed against her ribs. She shoved the folder back into the drawer. Tried to lock it. Her hands were shaking so badly the key slipped. She heard his footsteps in the hallway. Ratch? You home? She forced the key in. Turned it. Drawer locked. She stood up, smoothing her shirt, trying to steady her breathing. Daniel appeared in the doorway. He smiled. That same soft, genuine smile. Hey, babe. What are you doing in here? Her throat was dry. I was looking for a pen. He stepped inside. Slowly. His eyes scanned the desk. The drawer. Her. A pen, he repeated. She nodded. He walked closer. Too close. You know, he said quietly. I usually keep this door locked. Rachel swallowed. It was open. Was it? Silence. Thick. Suffocating. Then Daniel smiled again. But this time, it didn't reach his eyes. Did you find what you were looking for? Rachel's pulse thundered in her ears. I don't know what you mean. Daniel tilted his head. Don't you? He stepped past her, pulled a small key from his pocket, unlocked the drawer, pulled out the folder, and set it on the desk between them. I was going to tell you, he said calmly. Eventually. Rachel stared at him. Tell me what? That you've been stalking me for 12 years. Stalking? He laughed softly. No. Protecting. Protecting. Daniel's face hardened. You have no idea what I did for you, Rachel. The guys you dated? The ones who hurt you? The ones who cheated? I made sure they paid for it. Rachel's blood ran cold. What are you talking about? Daniel leaned against the desk, arms crossed. Samuel, your boyfriend junior year of college. The one who ghosted you after 6 months. Rachel's stomach dropped. What about him? He got into a car accident 2 weeks later. Totaled his car. Broke his leg. He was fine, of course. But he learned a lesson. Rachel stepped back. You caused that. Daniel shrugged. He hurt you. I couldn't let that slide. Daniel. And Mark, he continued. Your coworker. The one who spread rumors about you at the office party. Rachel's hands were shaking. He got fired, she whispered. Because I made sure HR found his emails, Daniel said simply. The ones where he was stealing company data. Rachel felt the room tilt. You've been controlling my life? Daniel's expression softened. No, I've been protecting it. Because I love you. I always have. Rachel's voice cracked. This isn't love, Daniel. This is obsession. His jaw tightened. You don't understand. You never did. I spent 12 years watching you from a distance. 12 years making sure you were safe. And when the time was right, I came back. I gave you everything you wanted. A life. A partner. Stability. You manipulated me. I loved you. No. Rachel said, tears streaming down her face. You controlled me. Daniel's face went cold. And what are you going to do about it, Rachel? Leave me? Tell people? Who's going to believe you? Rachel stared at him. And in that moment, she realized the truth. The boy she thought she knew never existed. Rachel didn't leave that night. She couldn't. Not yet. Because Daniel was right about one thing. She had no proof that anyone would believe. But she started planning. Quietly. Carefully. She contacted a lawyer. Documented everything. Took photos of the folder. And 3 months later, she walked out the door with a restraining order and a divorce filing. Daniel fought it. Hard. But the evidence, the folder, the surveillance, the documented stalking, was enough. The court sided with her. Daniel was ordered to stay away. Permanently. Rachel moved to a new city. Changed her number. Started over. Again. People ask her now if she regrets reconnecting with him. She doesn't answer. Because the truth is complicated. She mourns the boy she thought she knew. The one who shared his lunch. The one who made her feel safe. But that boy was never real. He was a mask. A fantasy. A carefully constructed lie. And the man behind the mask? He was a stranger. A stranger who loved the idea of her. But never saw the real her at all. Sometimes the people we think we know best are the ones we never knew at all. If this story left you speechless, hit that like button and drop a comment about the moment that shocked you most. Subscribe so you never miss stories like this, because the next one is even darker. Thanks for watching. And remember, not everyone who says they love you actually does.